Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing an install at one of my favorite people's house. The first thing we're going to start off, before I do that, let me introduce you today to my helper, Kalani. This is one of my girls. She's part of my crew. Maya's not here today. This is actually one of my favorite places to be, other than my house, because they give me free reign over what to do here in their garden. So basically today we're going to do an install right here in the front area. This area we had to be very specific about what we get because it gets full sun all day, every day. And it does get that hot afternoon sun. So I wanted to put stuff here that would be hardy and that would do really well in that hot afternoon sun. Basically what we have is we have two Bobo hydrangeas, and these are going to give them really nice color. And after maybe 3-4 years, these have a tendency, these will get about 6 feet tall and 6 to 8 feet wide. So it's going to give them a really nice screen across here. Because you can see what they have here is a double porch, but on this side they'll have a little bit more privacy when they're out here. We have some salvia, which is going to give really good color through the spring, summer, and into the fall. So there'll always be some color out here. And it's also good for, all of these plants actually are good for cuttings. So if she decided that she wanted to do a little arrangement, a fresh arrangement in her house, she could actually come out here and cut some of these off and take them inside. And then what we have here are lilies. Now these lilies will probably get about 2 feet tall, but they're extremely fragrant. So she's got, and we have 4 that we're putting in. So she's gonna get a big burst of fragrance whenever, you know, she's out here on the porch or just in this area in general. And it's also really nice for when, you know, you have guests over, you know, the thing that they're greeted with this really great fragrance. The first thing that we're going to do today is we're going to nourish the soil. Sorry about that. Before, what they had down here was just mulch. They had just had layers and layers of mulch. So I'm not sure how long it's been since the last time the soil was nourished. So that's what we're going to start off doing this morning. First thing we're going to do is we're going to nourish the soil. We're going to open up these 3 bags here, and it's just actual all-purpose garden soil. And from there, I've got some biotone that we are going to sprinkle along in here. And then I brought with me this trusty tool that's going to help us mix everything together and also break up the soil at the same time. So we are going to go ahead and get started. Okay, we finished nourishing the soil here, and we actually used 2 different tools here. They're the same tool, but one is a manual, this one is electric, so it has a motor and it's power driven. That one right there is driven by yourself. You are the motor. This one is a little bit harder. They both do a great job. You can tell that Kalani did this side and she did it with the handheld one, and I did this side and I did it with the one with the motor. And you can tell a little bit of a difference. Her chunks are a little bit bigger and mine are a little bit finer, but they both did a great job considering how hard our soil is here, because you know it's basically clay. So now that we've finished doing that, we've finished nourishing the soil, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started and we're going to do some planting. So we nourished our soil, and we went ahead and got everything put in the way that we wanted to. We still have a couple of annuals to get into the ground. And the reason I did that is because, like I was explaining to Kalani, right now there isn't a lot of color here. I'm not expecting to get any color from these Bobo hydrangeas this year at all. Maybe not even next year. It just depends on when they're ready. The lilies, like I told her, they're going to open up individually and they'll probably have color over a week or two. But this is not an all summer lasting thing. They usually come and go, you know, pretty quickly. Now the salvia, they'll have color until the fall. So that's not an issue. So actually the only color they'll have in here up until the fall is probably the salvia. And they may be able to get color out of these until late summer, these annuals here. So that's how come we're putting in these annuals here, so that they still have some color into late summer, early fall. The one thing we ran into a little hitch here. We wanted to mimic the lilies on this side like we did over there. We have the darkest one on the outside so that it kind of anchors the bed. So we put the two darker colors on the outside. Well, when she went to plant this one, there is a pipe right where she wanted to put it from the side of the house here. And I'm taking it at some type of water pipe or maybe a sewage pipe or something like that. So we absolutely couldn't plant anything right here. So we're basically gonna have to either go with just one or have a discussion on where we're gonna put the second one at. But we're gonna save this for last. We're gonna go ahead and get the other 4 plants in and save this one for last because we still have to preen, which keeps away our weeds, and then we're gonna lay down a layer of mulch. So we're gonna go ahead and finish up and then we'll let you see the finished product. All right, everybody, here it is, the final product. We are all finished. We got everything planted the way we wanted it. We got everything mulched in here. My assistant today, Kalani, did an excellent job with helping me with the plant placement and getting the mulch down and digging the holes. So 2 thumbs up for her. Like we were saying before, we had kind of a predicament in regards to the last lily, the placement of it, because like we said, we ran into a pipe right here. So we couldn't put it exactly where we wanted to put it, but we knew that we still wanted to put it in this area. We had 2 options. We could either put it in this area or we could have 1 there and 3 there, which means eventually we would have had to put something else here to anchor this. So what we decided to do is instead of putting it on the other side here, we put it on this side, because what we didn't want to happen is to put it on this side of the pipe and then the roots would be in between the concrete driveway and the pipe there. So at least this way, if the roots go towards the pipe, if they hit the pipe, they'll push themselves back this way. So we thought that that was the better option. But again, this is it. We still have some pots to do on the porch, and we're gonna go ahead and take care of that and call it a day. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll tune in for more videos. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. See you later.